Okay, one of the issues that we're encountering is that there really isn't kind of any accountability for whether or not you do a good job as a trainer or whether or not you teach the material well. And we're trying to eliminate that by establishing various evaluation processes. These aren't processes that are used to necessarily exclude a trainer from training. They're there to understand whether or not the training is being effective. The trainer's responsibility is to make sure that trainees come away from a program with knowledge and understanding, skills, etc., etc. So we want to make sure that that's happening. And the way we do that is in various forms. You'll notice that we've recently added evaluation cards. Now this card that I'm holding in my hand right now is what we're using right now. This may change. We may have a bigger card with more stuff on it. It may look completely different. We're even toying with the idea of putting it online. However, what this is basically just a general evaluation of, what bot class this trainee was in. They circle the bot class. They write down it was in the morning on August 20th. They put in general information like, for instance, what did you like about this class? What could have been improved, etc. This gives us kind of just a general overview of sort of what is the sense on what is the trainee's perspective of this class. Was it an effective class? Was it not? We can then look at this and we can evaluate whether or not our training program as a whole is doing its job, as well as specifically within the training program, what classes need to be sort of, everybody needs to get more experience on, what trainers need more experience. It's important that at the end of every training session, every bot class, you hand this out. After every bot class. Don't just hand it out at the end of the day after they've gone to 2 bot classes. At the end of bot 1, at the end of bot 2, at the end of bot 3, at the end of bot 4, you're going to hand this out. You're going to have them fill this out, and you're going to have them put it in a special secret location. So why don't you go ahead and follow me. The reason we want you to put this in a special secret location is so that there isn't any kind of apparent, you don't give them any influence into giving you a better score than you necessarily deserve, or that they're not writing honest criticism. Because honest criticism was what helps us get better. And so if you say, I'm going to collect these later, they might not be honest. So if we just tell them, I'm not going to even see them, I'm going to show you where you can put them off and you'll stay anonymous, then they'll probably be more honest. So they go into this box right here. When they're done, you can tell them, as soon as you're done, come over and put them in this box. And you can see it says Trainer Bot Class Evaluation, and they just drop it right in. Now in case you're curious as to where these came from, well, we have them right here. There's a whole stack of them. But they may be over here, they may be inside this thing, they may be inside the cabinet, but they'll be in this general area. What is another way that we evaluate whether or not the training was effective? We're using this. This is another very useful tool to understand whether or not our trainers were doing their job properly, whether trainees got the information they needed. This is a TSI quiz. So this is a quiz that, again, was from that Transit Safety and Security training program. They will go ahead and take this quiz, and based on how well they do on the quiz, gives us an idea of whether or not they absorb the information, how well they absorb the information, what their understanding is of it. So as an example, what I do is if we look at the quizzes, we can see that overwhelmingly people have been passing their quizzes. But if we notice that, for instance, this person right here did not pass their quiz, and we can look at, well, 3 of the other people in that class got bad scores as well, we can know that that class did not do that well, and this is something that we're going to need to address. So that's how these quizzes are being used. In addition to certifying them as being trained to a standard based on TSI, they're also being used to evaluate whether or not we're doing our job effectively as trainers. Again, this is not to sort of put the blame on any one person. Moreover, it's being used as a tool to understand where we're weak and where we're strong.